I think this is a reminder that we all need. When you run a business, or a small business, or a big business, failure will happen. It's not just reserved for us, the little guys, where problems happen and things go wrong. Failure happens to literally some of the biggest companies on earth. But we just don't sort of think twice. The first one that comes to mind, I think it was about a week or two ago, Microsoft, 8.5 million computers stopped working because of an update that a contractor of theirs pushed through, which Microsoft were like, yeah, okay, they're responsible, they're computers. And you just look at that, you think 8.5 million. There were flights grounded, people in hospital that couldn't get the care they needed, people just doing normal things. I mean, my small business, Mergs, we couldn't send any orders out because the computers were down. Like for a few hours that day, we couldn't dispatch orders. Other brands, Mercedes, really big German automaker, they launched a pickup truck. It didn't do very well. How can you tell? They don't do it anymore. It's gone. They ran it for whatever its years were. It might have been a 4 or 5 year life cycle. That was it. Because they realised nobody was buying them. And it didn't work. You know, another one. You might have never heard of this. The Amazon Fire Phone. Amazon launched a phone. Yeah, exactly. And I bet you don't have one. Because nobody does. Because even whatever they are, the second or third biggest company on earth, still didn't get it perfect. So when you're thinking and you're panicking about little things not being perfect or not being right or not being good enough or, oh, why has this problem happened? Don't worry, this is part of the game. I mean, another great example, look at Meta. Somewhere you've never been, the metaverse. I've never typed it in Google. I don't know how to get there. I don't even know how to start, and I'm reasonably into tech. You know, they spent, I think, 10 billion flushing out a virtual world that's just crap. You know? So when things go wrong, I mean, I've had it in the past. I ordered a load of knee sleeves at one point that were supposed to have blue neoprene and blue stitching. They had blue neoprene, they had purple stitching. They were just all for the bin. And it was hard, and it hurt as a business when we were doing a few thousand in sales a month. You know? That was like half a month's sales in the bin. But just keep going. Failure is not reserved for us on the small end of the scale. Massive, massive companies really make a tits of things all the time. Or some people look at it as it's trial and error. You know, like Lucasade or Monster when they bring out different flavours of their sugar-free energy drink. Monster once came out with a red one, there was an orange one, there was maybe a green and a blue. There was loads of different flavours. They only really still have the white one. That clearly was the best seller. That was their best way to test. So they just put it out there. They tested it. They went, oh, seems nobody wants these other ones. Or they didn't sell well enough to be worthwhile. So they scrapped them, you know? That could have, A, been a failure. They could have been like, right, we're going to launch 5 new flavours and realise that only 1 or 2 stuck. Or it was just a giant test. Because when you're a physical business and putting products on shelves, that's how you test whether people want it, right? You say, look, are you going to give me money for it or nah? You know, so yeah, it's easy to forget when you run a small business that problems happen and that problems cannot be avoided ever, and they are just part of the process, you know? And it's challenging. It really is challenging sometimes when things go wrong. You know, we've had some products recently that were just faulty. They were just wrong. So these are some lifting straps. You put your hand through this loop and you can see the problem. The loop has been sewn too high. It should have been sewn to the top of the rubber grippy bits. So for demonstration purposes, I modified it. Your hand is supposed to go through here and then we wrap it up and around a bar to give you a good support and good strength when you're lifting. And they're wrong. There's 300 pairs of them that are sat in a warehouse in our fulfillment centre that cannot be sold because... what, do we just, like, are they for children? Like, what do we even do with that? It's too messy and scrappy to go through and modify each and every one because of the fraying and all the fibres, and they're just wrong. And is it annoying? Yeah. Is it the end of the world? No. You know? On another regard for things going wrong, like we worked with a big retailer called Wit at the start of the year. They went out of business. They owe us thousands and thousands of pounds, and they've just gone. There was hundreds of customer orders that have been shipped, and we've never been paid for. Hundreds. But on the other side, I am quite the optimist. I feel very fortunate that we can survive that. I'm not sad that it happened. I'm actually really glad that we made it through. You know, they stopped paying us in like December, and now it's July. That's gone. You know, that money's never going to be seen ever again. And I'm just glad, one, they didn't owe us more, and two, that we can afford to just keep going. So it's hard to be the optimist in business sometimes, and it's hard when things go wrong, because I know you put so much time and effort in, and so do I. We really do. We care about this, but problems will happen. They are unavoidable. So try and just prepare yourself mentally. Have the mindset to approach these issues, and just try and skim past them best you can. I think it was Tiger Woods who would play a golf shot and told himself that within 3 seconds of hitting the ball, he has moved on. So he gets to hit the ball, it goes in the water, he goes, shit! And he's like, right, that's now gone. You can't take that shot again. You can never be back here in this point in time. You know, the start of this video 7 minutes ago, or whatever it was, we can never go back there again. So we can't change the past, but we can change how we respond to problems going forward. So be more like Tiger Woods. You might be upset for more than 3 seconds. I know I am. But just consider it lucky that problems aren't happening. Because that's how I have to look at it. Like, know what's going wrong right now? Brilliant. So in business, you're just putting little fires out all the time. And sometimes we need reminding that even big businesses like Meta and Facebook can spend 10 billion on something nobody wants. So at least we're not out 10 billion, right? Anyways, you get back to work, I will as well. Adios.